Welcome dear student, my course Determinant of Quality of Life. Today we will discuss on Yoga for Quality of Life. Content of this module covered introduction, benefits of yoga, 4 major schools of yoga, tips for yoga practices, various type of yogic practices from which everyone can get benefited, Ashtangic yoga, guideline for practice asana, guideline for practice pranayam, law for exercise, meditation, affirmation, Shanti Path, take home message and references. After completing this module, student will be able to understand the basic principle and purpose of yoga as a holistic approach to well-being. Student will be identify and explain the physical, mental and emotional benefit of practicing yoga regularly. Student will be able to compare and differentiate between the 4 main schools of yoga, example Bhakti, Jnana, Karma and Raj Yoga, and explain their philosophical foundation. The student will be able to apply recommended tips to enhance safety, effectiveness and consistency in personal yoga practices. The student will be able to recognize and describe different type of yogic technique and evaluate their relevance for individual needs. A student will be able to analyze the 8 limbs of yoga and discuss how each contribute to personal and spiritual development. A student will be able to apply proper guideline to perform asanas safely and demonstrate selected posture with correct technique. A student will be able to implement breathing technique with awareness and analyze their impact on mental and emotional state. A student will be able to participate in law for exercise and evaluate their role in stress reduction and emotional wellness. A student will be able to practice basic meditation technique and reflect on personal experiences to enhance focus on inner calm. A student will be able to create personalized affirmation and use them to support positive thinking and mental well-being. A student will be able to recite the Shanti Path and interpret its meaning as a tool for inner and outer peace. A student will be able to apply knowledge of specific yoga practices, that is the pranayam, asana, meditation, to assess their preventive effect on various mental health conditions. A student will be able to summarize key learning from the module and formulate a personal action plan for continued yoga practices. Introduction. Yoga and ancient practice, originating in India, has evolved into a holistic system promoting physical health, mental clarity, emotional balance and spiritual growth. Rooted in the Sanskrit word yuj, meaning to unite, yoga aims to harmonize the body, mind and spirit. In recent decade, a growing body of scientific research has recognized yoga not only a physical exercise but also a powerful tool for enhancing overall quality of life. Quality of life encompasses an individual's physical health, psychological state, level of independence, social relationships, personal beliefs and their relationship to salient features of environment. Yoga contributes to this multifaceted concept by improving flexibility, strength and respiratory functions while also reducing stress, anxiety and symptom of depression. Practices such as asanas, pranayam, and meditation have been shown to regulate the autonomic nervous system, enhance mood, improve sleep, and foster emotional resilience. In both clinical and non-clinical population, yoga has been embraced as a complementary and integrative approach to health. It empowers individuals to take an active role in their well-being, promoting mindfulness, self-awareness, and a sense of inner peace. As societies around the world confront rising rate of chronic illness, mental health challenges, and lifestyle-related diseases, yoga offers an accessible, cost-effective, and sustainable pathway toward improving quality of life. Benefit of yoga. Physical benefit. In physical benefit, by yoga, improved flexibility and posture. Yoga poses help stretch and lengthen muscles, improving range of motion and postures. Enhance strength and balance. While known for flexibility, yoga also builds strength and stabilize the body, improving balance and coordination. In cardiovascular health, yoga can help with weight management and improving metabolism and reducing stress-related eating habit. In improved breathing, pranayam, breath work technique are an important part of yoga and can improve respiratory function of lung capacity. In reduced chronic pain, yoga can help alleviate chronic pain conditions like arthritis, lower back pain, and headache by strengthening muscles, improving posture, and reducing stress. In better sleep quality, yoga calming effect on the nervous system can promote relaxation and improve sleep pattern. Benefit of yoga in mental and emotional. Stress reducing. Yoga is known for the stress reducing qualities, which can lower level of stress hormones and promote relaxation. In improved focus and concentration, yoga can sharpen mental focus and attention, making it easier to concentrate on tasks and improve cognitive function. In emotional balance, yoga can help regulate emotion, reduce anxiety, and promote emotional well-being. Increased self-awareness. Yoga encourages introspection and self-reflection, fostering greater self-awareness and understanding. Enhanced mental clarity. Regular yoga practice can lead to increased mental clarity and more positive outlook on life. Mental well-being. Yoga can contribute to a higher quality of life, leading to greater overall health and more fulfilling life. Yoga is important in life because it offers a holistic approach to well-being, promoting physical, mental, and spiritual health. It can help reduce stress, improve focus, enhance flexibility and strength, and improve overall health. By integrating yoga into daily life, individual can cultivate a greater sense, balance, calm, and well-being. Now we discuss the stream of yoga. There are 4 streams of yoga, that is Karma Yoga, path of self-sacrifice, Bhakti Yoga, path of self-surrender, Jnana Gyan Yoga, path of self-analysis, and Raj Yoga, path of self-control. Tips. There we discuss the tips for yoga practices. The yogic practices should start with a quiet mode which could be attained by reciting a short prayer. It is essential that body should be prepared by activities such as ankle bending, knee bending, finger movement, hand clenching, wrist bending, wrist rotation, elbow bending, shoulder rotation, and eye movement. Regularity of practice is essential both in the physical and mental aspect of yoga. Patience is an important requirement for yoga. Do not despair if you do not succeed today in doing a certain asana or in following a right principle of conduct. Perseverance in your effort is needed. Success will come with time. Do not compete but cooperate. A spirit of competition is a definite hindrance on a path of yoga. Competition feeds our ego, while yoga helps us to rise above our ego. Yogic practices should be learned under the guidance of experienced teacher. Most of the asanas, pranayam, and kriyas should be practiced on an empty or on a very light stomach. Bladder should be emptied and bowel should be evacuated before starting these practices. Early morning is the ideal time for yoga practices, but it can also be practices in evening with empty stomach about 3 hours after lunch. Yoga should not be practiced in hurry or when you are exhausted. Select a well-ventilated, clean and non-disturbing place for your practice. Yogic practices should not be performed on hard surface. A dari or mat or blanket can be used for this purpose. Clothes should be loose and comfortable while performing the yogic practices. There are limitations of yogic practices. If you are suffering from any problem or chronic disease, inform your yoga teacher before starting yogic practices. Yogic practices should be adopted on the basis of the principle of progress. At initial stage, easy practices should be adopted. Later on, more difficult ones can be practices. Therefore, start with simple yogic practices and gradually proceed to do advanced practices. Yogic practices should not be combined with other physical activities in same session. These are two different types of activities and could be separated practiced. Yogic practices can be carried on at home once they are properly learned in the school or by yoga guru. Yoga has a broader meaning. Therefore, apart from asanas and pranayama, one should practice moral and ethical values in life. The nature of all yogic practices in psychophysiological, although every yogic practices is a psychophysiological in nature. Those practices which emphasize control of mental processes directly are more psychological. Some yogic practices of hatha yoga are more physical or physiological than psychological. Only these yogic practices which predominantly are physical or physiological in nature could be called as exercise. Rather, they should be understood in the sense of what is called the hygienic exercise. Some of the yogic exercises are Surya Namaskar, Asana, Pranayama, Mudras, Bandha and Shatkriya. Yogic practices help to overcome these physical and mental imbalance and create harmony in the body and mind. Yogic practices help to attain the attitude of perfection in the mind. Types of yoga, that is the Ashtangic yoga, here Yam and Niyama, attitude training practices, Asana, steady postures, Pranayam, control of breathing process, Mudras and Bandhas, seal and lock for energy, Shatkriya, 6 purification technique, Dhyana, meditation. In this module, we discuss about the Asana, Pranayam, Dhyana, etc. Ashtangic Yoga में Yama. First we discuss the Yama. It has ahimsa, non-violence, not to cause harm to anyone by deed, speech or even thought. Second is Satya, truthfulness, sincerity in all kind of dealing. Asteya, third part of Yama is Asteya, non-stealing, not to take a thing which does not belong to oneself. It means honesty in all human conduct and behavior also. Next is Brahmacharya, sexual continence or devotion to Brahma. And last and not least of the Yama part is Aparigraha, attitude of non-hoarding to avoid all intention of over-possessiveness. Niyama has Saut, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay and Parinidhana. Saut, that is purity, cleanliness, both internal and external. Santosh, contentment, overcoming greed and avarice. Tapa, austerity, self-discipline, both physical and also mental. It also stands for various tough practices of yoga and asceticism which result in inner purity. Swadhyay, study of a sacred scriptures and to contemplate on the contents therein. It also may mean deep contemplation or even inquire into the question such as who am I, what am I here for, where am I heading toward. Swarparinidhana, surrender to the will of Supreme Self. Pranayam, to do the technique of breathing so as to gain stability of breathing and also to render breathing subtle and prolonged to bring about pick-up and harmony in the body-mind organism. Pratyahara, willful withdrawal of the senses from their respective objects, what may be called their food. Dharana, to concentrate the mind on one object for the desirable length of time to develop a good one-pointedness. Dhyana, uninterrupted defocusing of mind toward a given object in contemplation. Samadhi, to merge into the state of pure consciousness, to transcend the difference of seer, seen and seeing. Asana, we discuss on asana, practices of physical posture to bring about stability of the body and the mind. The term asana means sitting in a particular posture, which is comfortable and which could be maintained steadily for a long time. Asana gives stability and comfort both at physical and mental level. Example, Tadasana, palm tree pose, Triyak Tadasana, swaying tree pose, that is variation of Tadasana, and Vakrasana, tree pose, Vrikshasana. Guideline for practice asana. Generally, the asana are practiced in the sequence of standing, sitting, prone lying and supine lying position, though there is other version which followed different sequence. Asana must not be practiced in haste. and by applying any sort of undue force. Jerk should be avoided. Asana should be performed with body and breath awareness. There should be coordination between breath and movement of body part. As a general rule, inhale while raising and part of the body and exhale while bending down. The practitioner has to follow instructions sincerely and practice them with an optimal attention. Final position should be attained slowly, step by steps, should be maintained with closed eye for an inward awareness within the body. Final position of asana must be maintained for as long as one is comfortable. One should maintain the final posture according to one's own limitation and should not go beyond one's capacity. During maintenance phase of asana, there should not any type of discomfort, and utmost care must be taken in increasing the time of maintaining the asana. Regular practice is essential. Body start listening to your command only after a regular and diligent training for the sufficient period of time. If regularity is disturbed due to some reason, then one should resume the practices as soon as possible. In the initial phase, yogic practices involve reconditioning processes. Therefore, initially, one may feel little fatigue after the practice, but after few days practices, body and mind get adjusted and one start experiencing a feeling of well-being and happiness again. Balancing asana. A balancing asana is a pose in where you balance on one leg or using your arms. These poses help to strengthen your hamstrings, calves, quads, glutes and abs. Balancing training is an obvious but often overlooked tool to help avoid falls and injuries. In addition to strengthening the core and building stability, balancing poses also help us to become aware of our breath, enhance our focus and deepen our connection to ourselves. When learning is balancing pose, make sure that you practice on a firm surface so that you have a solid footing when attempting to balance yourself. Benefit of balancing poses: strengthening the muscle of the leg and core, increases bone density, improve postures, increases mindfulness, mental focus and body awareness, invigorates and energizes the mind, build confidence, grit and determination, strengthen joint stability, especially in knees and ankles, promote good sense of humor and humility, improve neuromuscular coordination, boost agility and reaction time. Tips for safe yoga balancing poses. Keep your eyes open and lock your gaze on a focal point. Move slowly, gracefully and mindfully into the pose. Be aware of your surroundings and remove any object that may injury if you lose balance. Use a wall, chair or other props to support you. Don't rush into the full expression of the asana or overdo it. Move in and out of the pose with grace and compassion. Next is pranayama, breathing practices. Chale vate chalam chitam, nischale nischalam bhavet, yogi isthaduttvamapnoti, tato vayum nirodhet. When prana moves, chitta, the mental force, move. When prana is without movement, chit is without movement. By this steadiness of prana, the yogi attains steadiness and should thus restrain the air. That is, pranayama consists of the breathing technique which are related to the control of breath or respiratory process. The health of the respiratory system depends upon the quality as well as the quantity of air inhaled by the person. It also depends on the rhyme and completeness of the breathing. Through pranayama, the practitioner advantageously works with his respiratory, cardiovascular and nervous system, which bring about emotional stability and peace of mind. Pranayama has three phases known as Puraka, Rechika and Kumbhaka. Puraka is the controlled inhalation. Rechika is the controlled exhalation and Kumbhaka is controlled retention of breath. Initially, the exhalation, Rechika, may be only a little more prolonged in comparison with inhalation. Insistence on 1:2 ratio in the beginning may prove counterproductive as we practice 1:2 ratio is reached a natural manner. Guideline for the practice of pranayama. Pranayama should be done preferably after the practices of asana. Breathing in pranayama should be done through the nose only except Shitali or Shitkari. During pranayama, there should not be strain in facial muscles, eyes, ears, neck, shoulders or any other part of the body. During pranayama, eyes should remain closed. In the beginning, one should be aware about the natural flow of the breathing, make inhalation and exhalation prolong in the gradual manner. While observing breathing, attend to your abdominal movement, which bulges a bit during inhalation and goes in a bit during exhalation. Laughing exercise. Laughter is a modern exercise involving prolonged voluntary laughter. This type of yoga is based on the belief and voluntary laughter provides similar physiological and psychological benefits as a spontaneous laughter. It is usually done in groups with eye contact and much playfulness between participants. Laughter yoga encourages children or person to physically play and express themselves fully. Several high school books have chapters on laughter yoga. For example, 10th Standard, Center Board of Secondary Education, English course book, India, Middle East, Japanese high school book, Pau Pau, and language course book at Cambridge University has a chapter on origin and benefit of laughing exercise. Meditation. Meditation is a relaxation practice which induce relaxation in body and mind in meditation. In meditation, concentration is focused for a long time on a single object like breath, tip of nose, etc. Meditation is a relaxing practice. It develops a sense of well-being in the person. Anapanasati meditation. Anapanasati meditation. Anapanasati meaning mindfulness of breathing, is a form of Buddhist meditation originally taught by Gautam Buddha in several sutta, including the Anapanasati Sutta. Anapanasati is now common to the Tibetan, Jain, Tian Tai and Theravada Buddhism as well as Western-based mindfulness program. Anapana means observation of natural, normal respiration as it comes in and as it goes out. It is an easy to learn. Observation of the breath is the ideal object of meditation. because it is always available and it is completely non-sectarian. Anapana is very different from the technique that are based on the artificial regulation of breath. Anapana provides a tool to deal with the fears, anxieties and pressures across all age groups besides helping to calm and concentrate the mind. Guidelines for the practice of meditation. Practices of asana and pranayama will help the developing ability to sit in one position for a considerable period of time in meditation. Select a peaceful, calm and quiet place for practice of meditation. Allow your eyes to get closed gently to enter into an inner awareness. A meditative practice invites many thoughts, memories and emotions on the surface of mind. Remain non-reactive to them. As you continue with this process for some time, you may feel an abstract and non-specific awareness of the whole body. Now continue with the whole body awareness. In case of any difficulty, go back to the breathing awareness. In the beginning, it is generally difficult to observe the breath. If mind wanders, do not feel guilty. Slowly but firmly bring your attention to your breath. There is link for Anapana meditation given below in this slide. Affirmation. Every minute of every day, your body is physically changing in response to the thoughts that run through your head. Just thinking about something causes your brain to send signal and release neurotransmitters. These chemicals control all of your body's functions, including your mood and feeling. Over time, it's being proven that thoughts change your brain cell and even your genes. Scientists have been discovered cells from your brain in other parts of your body. They help reprogram our thinking pattern to serve as in a more positive way. Self-affirmation theory argues that maintaining self-identity is not about being exceptional, perfect or excellent. Self-affirmation have been shown to decrease health deteriorating stress. This is the study of Sherman in 2013. The application of positive affirmation technique can be done by using affirmation sentences such as messages or power of suggestion, internalized into themselves and carried out repeatedly to create new belief. That is the study of Dharmavati et al. The sentences are: I am kind to all, I love myself, I am mindful, I am unique, I am a good listener, I am creative, I am brave, I am good at what I do, I am intelligent, I am healthy, I am calm, and finally, I am happy. Benefit of affirmation: motivate you to act, boost your desire to continue your action, helps you to reduce stress, help you concentrate on your goals, influence your thoughts pattern, behavioral habits, improve your mood and health, boost your self-confidence, improve your chances of a better outcome, can help you quit a bad habit. Shanti part, that is for 2 minutes. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhagave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bodharani Pashyanti, Ma Kaschiti Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be at peace. May no one suffer from illness. May all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om Peace. Yoga versus exercise. Yoga is parasympathetic nervous system activate, exercise sympathetic nervous system activate. Yoga act on subcortical region of brain, exercise act on cortical region of brain. Yoga requires slow, dynamic and static movement. Exercise requires rapid, forceful movement. Yoga normalization of muscles tone activated. Exercise increase muscles tension activated. Yoga low risk of injuring muscle and ligament. In exercise, high risk of injury. Yoga low caloric demanding. Exercise moderate or high caloric demanding. Yoga effort to minimize and relaxed. Exercise effort to maximize and rigid. Yoga breathing is natural and controlled. Exercise breathing is taxed. Yoga balanced activity of opposing muscle group. Exercise imbalanced activities of opposing group. Yoga non-competitive and process-oriented. Exercise competitive and goal-oriented. Yoga, the focus is on breathe and the infinite. Exercise, the focus on reaching the toes, reaching the finish line, etc. Practices for better living of yoga. Ailment-free living. Desire preventive measures toward the physical, mental and emotional factors. Perception with realities. Cooperative attitude and cooperative behavior. Adjustment with the chance, circumstances. Awareness of realities. Desired social and spiritual characters. Balanced emotional control and reconstitutions. Lack of zealousness and complexity and hatred. Unified personality, ailment-free living, a proper coordination over the psychic stage, psychosomatic stage and organic stage toward the available health. Posture improves, strength and resilience increase, endurance increases, energy level increases, weight normalize, sleep improves, immunity increase, pain decrease. Take-home message of this module is yoga is the holistic practices that address physical, mental and spiritual well-being in today's fast-paced life. Especially in the 21st century, yoga helps combat daily stress and anxiety. In June 21 is celebrated worldwide as International Yoga Day, reflecting its global acceptance and importance. Yoga is rooted in ancient Hindu culture, offering timeless wisdom for healthy and meaningful living. Incorporating yoga and education and healthcare can lead to better physical and mental health outcomes. Practicing yogic principles such as proper postures, breathing, meditation and diet promote an ideal and disciplined lifestyle. A yogic lifestyle aligned with nature's law, encouraging balance, self-disciplines and inner peace. True health is a real wealth and yoga is a powerful tool to achieve it. Everyone should adopt yogic practices in a daily life to live stress-free, joyful and purposeful life. Thank you.